If you're feeling like your Halloween decor needs a bit of an upgrade, you've come to the right place. It's always fun to DIY some spooky things, and no one does it better than our very own Arren Williams. How you been, my friend?
Good, thanks. Lovely to see you.
It is good to see you here in person and talking about a very stylish Halloween. Like this Halloween, are we calling it a Halloween tree?
It is a Halloween tree.
It's a Halloween tree. Please tell me everything about it. Very spooky and stylish.
So the mood is Halloween. Of course, we wanted to create an item that you could either put on a hall table in the front, so when you open the door to the kids, they would see it, or it could be actually out on the porch too. So that was really the idea of coming up with something that was designy, decorative, and still look kind of Halloweeny as well.
Okay, if we all want to make our own Halloween trees at home, how do we start?
You got to start with the branch. So this one actually is a manzanita branch. So these are actually harvested in the US. They're sandblasted, which takes the bark off, and it gives it this very spooky look.
Ooh.
You could also go out and forage for one if you really wanted to as well.
That sounds bad for my nails. I don't know. But you could do it. You could send the kids out to the backyard and see if you got some spooky looking branches. So you've got them. You've got your beautiful spooky branch. What do we do next? Like, how'd you make it look all ombre?
Next is the Ombre Spray. So this is really making sure that you can give it a look so it looks like almost like it's been hit by lightning.
Oh.
So take it outside, put down a drop cloth, get your can of spray paint out.
Yeah.
Make sure you have no electrical items around because overspray is attracted to that very bad.
Oh, okay.
Make sure the spray is going in the right direction, not towards you, away.
Right.
And start to spray. Slow but sure. Embrace the drips if they happen.
Yep.
And get the look that you want. I like it kind of fading up and through. That was what I was going for.
See, that's the good thing about Halloween. Well, the DIYs in general, don't aim for perfection.
No.
Like, just have some fun with it. It's supposed to look a little bit spooky. And then you've got to get it in something where it stands up.
That's right. So the urn is the thing. This is a very hefty urn.
Yeah.
If you don't have a hefty urn, you could actually put the branch into either a vase that has kitty litter in it. Clumping kitty litter will actually work.
Okay.
Or even rocks as well.
Is that what you use? Because you probably had to go out and get the kitty litter. You are a dog family.
Definitely a dog family. Do not have that stuff at home normally.
You do not have that stuff at home. What about the stuff hanging from the tree? Do you have that stuff at home?
So decorations are always fun to make, and I enjoy the kind of the process of taking something that you can find and then making it a bit more special.
Yes.
So all of these were actually, and all of the art supplies are all from Michael's.
Nice.
So it's nice to find things and make them more your own as well, and it adds a few more fun surprises to them as well.
So the surprise is we are going to DIY some of these now, right?
We're going to start with the very, very easy and fun Pom-Pom Spiders.
Okay.
So just start winding. Now, you can actually buy Pom-Pom tools.
Yeah.
But we're doing the cheats version, which is a lot quicker and a lot messier.
Yeah.
So quickly wind around. If you want to add some sparkle like I did with mine, you would add strips of this.
Cute.
To that. So that would just add some cellophane in. So we'll get to about a good point. You're going to snip that off, hold, and then you're going to take a second piece and tie around the middle.
I like this way of doing pom-poms because it is
fast.
It's easy, it's fast. You're not looking for something that's going to be perfect.
Take your pipe cleaners.
Yeah.
Tie those in the middle too. These are your spider legs.
Ooh, scary.
Tight knot there. And then you are going to go into your loop and snip through the top and the bottom of the loop.
Okay.
And that is how you make your pom-pom. So the chunkier wool gives you a much kind of more bedraggled look. A finer wool will give you something that looks a lot more kind of perfect. But you're going to go through there. You're going to trim off any kind of longer pieces you have.
Yeah.
Add some googly eyes if you want to make it a bit more kind of fun and family friendly.
And then I make these into legs, right?
Get those legs happening. Spread them out. How many legs on a spider?
8.
Yes.
So good. I'm glad you counted out the pipe cleaners ahead of time. You're like, oh,
there we go. So get the look. So there we go. There's the first one. Kind of fun and family friendly.
This is really good. This is the if the projects like this, I would be the kind of mom my daughter wants.
There we go.
This is what she wants. She wants to do this. So maybe I'll bring it home for her. Okay,
Second, we are going for the decorated skull.
Very spooky.
So I was very inspired by an artist I love called Keith Haring that used to do these chalkboard drawings. So you are going to decorate this one.
Okay.
So it's basically a skull. Either you can find these sizes in plastic or in styrofoam, and you just basically decorate it in swirls and squiggles with a metallic pen. Easy to do, very
Your brain's broken.
You're really going to town with that.
you can do whatever you want
You
with them.
can.
You can make little eyeballs.
Yes, you can.
I feel like you've done a really good job on your Halloween tree there. So we've got the skulls, we've got the spiders. Look at that guy. Oh, he's terrifying.
He is terrifying.
We also have the tombstones.
The tombstones. So
Yeah.
the tombstones, again, you can find these or make your own out of cards. So I found these in the styrofoam. They're perfect because what I'm going to do with this is you actually take the lettering that you would use for crafting.
Yeah.
And you can write a name right on the front of it.
Okay.
So you can write a name if you want, and I'm going to show this one over here. And then on the front we have a name, and then on the back, the reason why the person expired. So too much screen time, doesn't unload the dishwasher, didn't take out the garbage, messy room.
You can basically put all of those passive-aggressive things you want to say to your family members.
Absolutely, do it.
On the tombstone. That's a great way to do it. So listen, while I finish this one off, have you ever been trick-or-treating, going up and down the street, and there's a particularly scary house, and they're saying, come inside, and there's music and there's smoke? Would you go inside? Did you do that when you were younger?
I never trick-or-treated. They didn't have that growing up for me in England.
No trick-or-treating?
No trick-or-treating. No, I didn't really celebrate Halloween until I came to North America, and then it was much more about skimpy outfits and clubbing.
You hit Halloween at the right time.
I did,
You
for
hit it at
sure.
the right time. Okay, so for me, I was one of those kids. I was very, very, very afraid. I'm a big scaredy cat, so I would always say no to going into the scary houses. T, how about you? Were you a scaredy cat?
Wasn't then, I am now. So as an adult, because I've become smarter, I would not go into the house now.
Right.
But as a kid, I definitely did. I mean, if there was candy in there, we all went in.
We're going in.
We're going in, even though we were all a little scared, but it was more important to get the candy. I mean, but it was also a different time back then. Like, back then, it was a little bit more safe, I guess. Like, there was no adults on the street. I remember, like, when I would go trick-or-treating, there was kids everywhere, so you always felt safe. You just looked around, there was kids everywhere. So I was going in the scary house. If there was a Snickers bar in there or a lollipop, we were going in. Or a bag of chips, we were going in. It was worth it.
It's the houses with the full-size candy bars.
Yes.
You got to hit those houses. It
Gotta hit
doesn't
'em.
matter if there's real skeletons outside. Thanks, T, and thanks, Arren. Great DIY.